Once upon a time, in a faraway magical kingdom buried beneath soft white snow, there lived a young princess named Lily. Winter ruled this land most of the year, and during Christmas, the entire kingdom glittered like a dream made of ice and light. Bells chimed in the streets, lanterns glowed warmly, and laughter echoed through the halls of the royal castle. But Princess Lily did not live in that glowing castle. She lived alone in a small, wooden cottage at the very edge of the enchanted forest, where the trees whispered secrets and the snow fell heavier than anywhere else. The cottage was quiet, cold, and forgotten, just like Lily herself. When Lily was only a baby, a powerful and jealous witch named Morgana had crept into the palace under the cover of darkness. Consumed by envy of the royal family's happiness, Morgana cast a terrible spell, one more cruel than death itself. With a wave of her dark wand, she made the entire kingdom forget that Princess Lily had ever been born. The king and queen forgot their own daughter. The servants forgot the cradle they once rocked. The kingdom forgot the princess who should have been their future. Only one person remembered, a poor baker's boy named Oliver. Oliver had grown up in the palace kitchens, delivering bread with his father. Somehow, Morgana's magic had failed to touch his heart. Though he was young and poor, he never forgot Lily. When she was secretly taken from the palace and left at the forest's edge, Oliver found her. From that day on, he visited her whenever he could, sharing bread, stories, and hope. But Oliver had little to give. He was poor, hungry, and struggling himself. As Christmas approached, the kingdom prepared for the grand royal Christmas ball. From her small, frosted window, Lily watched the castle in the distance glow with thousands of lights. Music floated through the cold air, and fireworks lit the night sky. Inside the castle, people laughed, danced, and celebrated together. Inside the cottage, Lily sat alone. She had no invitation, no family, no gifts, no hope. As snow fell silently outside, Lily whispered softly, "Just one person. That's all I want for Christmas." On Christmas Eve morning, a sudden knock echoed through the cottage. Lily opened the door and found a strange old woman standing in the snow. Her clothes were torn, her hair silver and tangled, and her hands shook from the cold. "Please, dear child," the woman said weakly, "I've been traveling for days. Might you spare some food and warmth for a poor traveler?" Lily hesitated. She had so little. Only a small loaf of bread, a bit of cheese, and a pot of vegetable soup warming by the fire. It was meant to be her Christmas dinner, the only one she would have. But Lily's heart was gentle. "Please come in," Lily said kindly. No one should be alone on Christmas Eve. She gave the woman warm soup, half her bread, and her own chair near the fire. She wrapped a blanket around the woman's shoulders and smiled, even though her own stomach growled. The old woman looked at her with wonder. "You have almost nothing, yet you share everything." "Why?" Lily replied softly. "Because I know what it feels like to be forgotten. If I can make someone else feel less lonely, then my Christmas is already special." Suddenly, the air shimmered. The old woman began to glow with golden light. Her ragged clothes transformed into a magnificent gown of silver and blue. A crown of shining stars appeared on her head, and the room filled with warm magic. "Dear Princess Lily," she said, "I am Aurora, the Christmas fairy." Lily gasped. "I thought you were only a legend." "I am very real," Aurora smiled. "And tonight, you have shown me the purest heart in the kingdom." Aurora explained she had traveled in disguise, testing hearts. The rich had turned her away. The powerful had ignored her. But Lily, who had nothing, gave everything. "I will grant you one Christmas wish," Aurora said. "What is your heart's deepest desire?" Lily thought of the castle. She thought of being remembered. She thought of returning home. But then she thought of Oliver and all the forgotten children in the kingdom. "I wish that no child ever feels forgotten or alone," Lily said. "I wish people learn to see the invisible, the poor, the lonely, the forgotten. Because kindness is the greatest gift." Aurora's eyes filled with tears. "In all my centuries," she said softly, "I have never heard such a selfless wish." Raising her wand, Aurora declared, "I will grant your wish and give you the power to break your own curse." With magic light, Lily's dress transformed into a gown of ice blue silk. Glass slippers appeared, and a silver crown rested gently on her head. "Go to the royal Christmas ball," Aurora said. "Perform 3 acts of kindness before midnight. When the third is complete, the spell will break." That night, Lily entered the castle, unnoticed by recognition, but welcomed by magic. She helped the crying servant girl hide her torn dress. She comforted a lonely prince who had no friends. And finally, she defended Oliver, her loyal friend, before the entire court. As the clock struck midnight, magic exploded through the ballroom. The spell shattered. The king and queen remembered their daughter. Tears fell. Embraces followed. Apologies filled the hall. But Lily only asked one thing. "What about my wish?" Aurora smiled. The servants sat among nobles as an equal. The prince laughed with friends. Oliver stood honored beside the king. From that day on, every Christmas Eve, the castle doors opened to everyone, rich or poor, remembered or forgotten, and the kingdom learned the greatest truth of all. The strongest magic in the world is not spells, not wishes, but a kind heart, a helping hand, and remembering that everyone deserves to be seen and loved.